Just a man on a mission, ambition to never fail. Personality electric, he is animated male. Intelligent and wise, calm and often cool. Chris James giving opinions while also speaking the truth. Empathy and compassion. Stephen Michael is here, helping you through your traumas, helping you with your fears. These three forces combine and keep it honest. Turn up the volume, cause this is the application of knowledge.
All right, Stephen Michael, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
Chris James, you ready?
Born that way.
All right, man, let's get it popping. Welcome to the Application Knowledge Podcast.
Hey, we okay.
We are A-OK. I am Animated Male. We have Chris James here, Stephen Michael, and we are episode
63.
63.
63.
And 63 is divisible by
What?
9.
Everything is divisible by what? Oh, here we go.
9 times 7, 63. 63 divided by, you know what I mean?
9 times
times
7?
seven?
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Oh, y'all didn't know that? Oh, he did the thing. I was totally lost. Where y'all want to begin? Y'all want to do top G?
There were people that were just like, I don't understand that either.
Yeah.
Like, they were like, I agree with Mel.
It's not about understanding it. It
Correct.
just works.
Yes.
You don't need to understand why it works.
You don't need to understand why it works. I don't know why it works. But then there were also people that were like, yeah, I learned the exact same way, which I thought was really cool because there was no internet. So how did they learn that?
Well, teachers.
So it's obviously been something that has been taught for a while.
Yeah, that's not. I don't know where you learned it, but I didn't learn it, but I've seen it.
It had to be in Delaware because my friend who said I learned it the same way was in Delaware also.
Okay, I'm almost certain that I did not see it in Delaware, but I'm not.
You learned it also?
I didn't learn it. I've seen it being taught.
Okay.
All right.
But then also people said Mel is difficult.
No.
So I agreed.
Who said that?
And no, it was inbox.
Who said that?
It was
It was
inbox.
Oh. Yeah, it better be an inbox. No, they didn't say that.
I don't know.
Yes, they did.
All right.
I'm not. It doesn't matter. and then, matter of fact, she's an Aries, and I said, "Oh, well, Mel is very close." So he's very close to an Aries.
Also, her birthday is beginning of end of
It's
April?
actually it's actually today.
Oh, today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, Mel. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, shout out to you who throwing shade. You know what I mean? Shout out to you throwing shade.
She wasn't really throwing shade.
Come to my inbox.
She wasn't really throwing shade.
Mel, you are difficult at times.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
You're
How? Oh, okay. This where we going? Let's go. Let's do it.
No, it's come on, man. Like, you're not a difficult person. Mel's just difficult, but when you want to be, you are the most.
I think that's with any human.
No, you stand out.
You stand out. You're different.
You get the award.
Okay, first off, this isn't the direction we're going, but since we're here, elaborate, please.
I mean, I think that Chris did a great job of making it.
Well, give me an example.
I think Chris did a great job of communicating it properly.
Yeah, but give me an example.
Okay.
You can't send shade my way without.
Let's
details.
just look at this simply, right? Unemotionally. Let's look at the podcast last week.
Okay.
Where I was trying to teach you how this works using your fingers to divide by 9. And
that's not me being difficult. That's me not understanding.
Right, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's not about you.
Is there a difference in understanding and being difficult?
What part did you not understand?
I didn't understand the fingers.
Explain. What do you mean you didn't understand?
Because you kept telling me to not put a finger down, and I kept doing it because that's where my mind instantly went, and I didn't understand why. What was the point of putting the finger down?
Okay.
But I mean, I understand it once Chris did it. You know.
So you get it now.
So,
yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. My goal was to teach you the tool itself, and you were trying to understand or learn why the tool works. Mm-hmm. Right. So it's just like,
is that an issue with anything?
I mean, no. It's
like
it's
if
not.
you want to learn how something
in this moment, in this time, it was not the right time. I said I don't have the answer, but yet you still were.
No, I only did it once.
I mean, it felt like you were still.
I've only
back.
did it once. I only asked you once.
Well,
I have the video footage.
Wow.
Okay. Obviously, you have the video footage.
Yes.
You're the producer.
The world has the video footage. I've only asked once.
But instead of trying to learn how to do it in the moment, you were more focused on learning why it works or the why instead of learning, well, let me learn how it works. Like, let me just learn exactly how it works, and then I can learn why it works.
Well, I didn't understand.
I understand.
So that's why I asked questions.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
So how is that difficult?
I mean,
The difficult part is understanding you and how your mind works. Your mind works different from most people. So that's where it's difficult. It's not like you're difficult, like you're just hard to get along with. You think you see the world through a different lens. So
I understand that, but how is that difficult?
it's not difficult for you. It's difficult for the other person, because if they see the world through their lens, which is more like an average looking lens, and yours is drastically different, it's difficult for them to convey messages and communicate because your lens is so different.
So whose issue is that?
it would be ours.
Okay. So you're the difficult one.
I'm not.
So you would be the difficult one then. I'm not the difficult one. All right, case closed. We done solved that one. We did
That's
it.
a nice jacket, man.
That's not a jacket, but thank you.
Wow.
Okay.
It's not a jacket.
Okay.
It's a vest.
Difficult.
It's not a jacket.
Difficult.
Right, exactly.
Difficult.
That's not difficult.
I gave you a compliment.
That's it. It's not a jacket.
A
but thank you.
legitimate compliment, and your response was, "It's not a jacket."
That's
Well,
a
give me
nice-
my damn
That's
compliment
a
back
nice
then.
visor.
It's not a visor.
All right then.
That's not the same.
This is a nice hoodie. This is a nice hoodie.
It's not the same.
Exactly. It's not the same.
It's not even close.
Mel.
It could be.
With sleeves, that's a jacket.
It could be a hoodie, or I'm sorry, it could be a jacket.
If you were to look up jacket, a vest will not pop up anywhere on Amazon or wherever you get your clothes. It's okay to say I'm right.
Couldn't you? Okay. I'm not saying that I mislabeled or misgendered your vest.
So you misgendered.
I'm not. That's why I apologize for assuming or using the wrong word, right? But I mean, you could have accepted it first, like, oh man, I appreciate it. I mean, it's a vest though, you know. You could have said it that way.
But I said it's not a vest. Thank you.
Did you say
I said it's not
Yeah, he did.
it's not a whatever jacket. It's a vest. Thank you.
You start with the spear. You gave me the spear first. You hurt me. You pierced me.
No.
And then you said, well, while I'm on the ground bleeding, you said, well, thank you, though.
Like, oh, he's been shot. No, I've been stabbed.
Right, exactly, right.
No, I got you.
Right.
Nah, this just how my mind works. It has to be in order because my first acknowledgement was that you got it wrong. But I appreciate the acknowledgement of something, you know what I mean? That's
But
killing.
you see, the interesting thing, though, you see how that works, though? I didn't even hear the thank you.
Yeah, because you're so focused on the negative.
No, I'm not focused on the negative, but the way that it was communicated to me, it instantly put me on the defense.
Why are you so defensive, man?
I'm not saying that. Okay, if you would like to look at it in that way, yes, I got defensive. It put me on the defense, which I'm the one that.
Hey, you know what? Hey, man, thanks for complimenting my jacket. I appreciate it. Thanks, man. I appreciate
Nah,
it.
man, it's a vest.
Oh, thank you, man. I was going to say something, but, I didn't want to start no drama, no beef. Mary J, no more drama.
Oh, man.
All right, can we start now?
Are we not already started?
Yeah, we started, but can we start?
No, we not
Let's talk
really
about Top
started
G.
yet.
Yeah, oh, we doing Top G?
Let's start Top G.
Top G. Okay, for those who don't know, Tristan Tate and Andrew Tate have been released
With no charges.
with no charges, but they're still on house arrest. Well, not still, but they got put on house arrest instead of, I guess, finishing the rest of their time and confined.
Which is so basically they're gonna be on house arrest for the next 3 months.
For
No,
a
they
month.
said. I thought you said 30 days.
Yeah,
20
30 days.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so they'll be on house arrest for about 30 months or so. Everyone's trying to get their first reaction out. What do you think's gonna happen? What do you think they're gonna do?
Yeah, they want. They. I think that we did it too. Like let me talk about me. I expected them to have a little bit different reaction. First
Really?
reaction off cuff. I mean, you saw the video? Did Anthony send you guys that video of Andrew Tate when his first words?
No, but I saw it.
Okay, you saw it too.
I'm not sure. I've seen a lot of different videos.
Have
Okay,
you
you
seen
probably
him
seen
talk
that.
since he's been out?
Yeah.
Then that's probably because
Okay.
he only said it was only that one video.
Okay. All right, cool. So he basically was just like, I'm not, I have no hate in my heart for the country of Romania. yada yada yada. It was only a few seconds. It was a brief clip. But I guess that's to be expected from him because
Absolutely.
But I feel as though he was going to more or less say, and maybe there's more to that clip. The Matrix. I told you we were innocent. I just felt even if he said it in a very Andrew Tate-ish way, which was calm, the real Andrew Tate, not the character. I expected him to kind of say that, but I obviously when they start their podcast back up, I'm sure that more of that will come out.
Yeah, when he gets on the podcast for sure. Actually his reaction was expected in my opinion.
As calm as it was.
Yes, but here's what you might have missed. It's a quiet storm. You can if you really pay attention to his body language and you can hear the depth at which
he's pissed.
He's pissed.
He was choosing his words very carefully.
Very carefully.
He's being very perspicacious.
Hey, where'd you learn that word from, Stephen A?
Top G.
Okay.
That's Top G. Yeah. So is that Stephen A?
I don't know. Stephen A says he be big old words.
Yeah. So I think that he's. I don't know, man. I think this might change him a little bit, how he moves in the future.
Yeah, I was listening to the PDP or whatever hell, or Valuetainment podcast, and they were talking about how he'll probably move different after this. He'll probably be a little bit more, I guess, calmer in his approach or so. I mean, I don't think we'll actually see anything until, I guess, the verdict or whatever.
After this next 28 days?
Yeah, I don't think we'll see anything super drastic or so. Because they're still under house arrest.
Yeah,
they have limited mobility. They're obviously going to be monitored and everything. So
yeah, because now that you mention it, what they got was just bail. It's basically bail. Nobody.
I mean, basically, but they still haven't charged them with anything.
No. But I'm saying you can't really celebrate. It's equivalent to bail.
Oh, I get what you're saying. You're just making it make sense for what we would do in our world.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather be on house arrest than being in jail.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I mean, and plus their house, they have a compound, so they can roam about. You know what I'm saying?
He was like, I hear he's like, I did 7,000 something push-ups.
7,437.
Wow.
And
I guess he's sure he would count them.
Yeah, and I guess his goal is to get up to 10,000, and they say he's going to
Did
continue.
you feel like he looked bigger?
Yeah, he gained weight.
Yeah.
His stomach looked a little bigger.
Yeah, the food in there was probably trash.
Oh, I didn't even see his stomach. I mean, I literally saw the one clip.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's another clip of him smoking a cigar, and he's just like pacing back and forth. And there's music playing. He's just walking, pacing back and forth.
You could see that he put on jail weight.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was looking at the video I saw. I was looking at his arms and his chest, and I'm like, okay, he's been doing the push-ups. I knew he was doing push-ups, but obviously the gut and stuff that just goes to show you the food in there. He'll lose that.
Yeah, he'll lose it. I think that. So you would think he was gonna wait a while to speak, but also he's kind of drawn to the limelight. I don't think he's gonna be able to wait too long. I would expect that we hear something significant within a week.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. They also had, when he got released, a live reaction of, I guess, Saucecast and Destiny.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And, a few other girls that were on the panel. One girl that was on that panel. Oh. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, one girl that was on the panel was, an ex-girlfriend
Brody?
of his.
Brody? I think her name was?
Yeah, something along those lines. And she was when she was crying and sobbing, I'm a little close to this situation. But her situation was different because she was with Tristan, and obviously they make a lot of money. He's $100 million billionaire, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Just a lot of bread. And so she got caught up in a situation where she was, 21 or...
21.
Yeah, she is 21, and she met this guy who's on a yacht, who has all these powerful people with him, who has a lot of money, and she expected him to just be with her. Come on. You know what this is. And so she got this emotional connection, and she started crying and saying how she got taken advantage of. It's bruh, You know what this is. The people who live this particular lifestyle, you already know what it is.
You already
You already know
what
what
it
it
is.
is. It's literally like a groupie going for Chris Brown and expecting Chris Brown to just settle down for
exactly.
you.
100%.
It's like, come on, you know what comes with this lifestyle.
And not only that, apparently before, the way she met them is through Fresh and Fit. So she was on the Fresh and Fit podcast, and then I guess they do like a yacht party or something else.
Yeah.
And Tristan was on the yacht. Like, what do you? So it really kind of pissed me off.
Yeah,
to be honest, because it's like you're not taking accountability for any role that you played in this.
Yeah.
And they only talked for 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. How much of the emotional connection, or how much do you actually get to know someone in 2 weeks?
2 weeks. 4 years ago, she kept like
4 years ago.
4 years ago, she's crying, sobbing.
The numbers weren't. The math wasn't mathing. She said 4 years ago, but the Fresh and Fit podcast wasn't out 4 years ago. So the math wasn't mathing. So people was like, she's lying. But she was like 4 years ago, 2 weeks, and basically what happened was she like Googled him, I guess, and found out that he had another girlfriend in another country, and she said that she tried to talk to him about it. He's like, I'm not going to talk. Yeah, because you're 2 weeks in.
Yeah. I don't owe you anything.
He doesn't owe you anything. So now she,
Dude, this literally reminds me of, I mean, we don't have to go into this right now, but it, like I was saying, like I had to put some boundaries up. I mean, literally, it sounds like exactly what was happening with me. But there was something that you said about Andrew Tate. Dang, I should have talked. I wasn't trying to cut you off, but I was trying to. I forgot what it was.
Oh man,
Man,
you take some zero in today, man.
Nah.
Hey, don't try to play me.
Ain't no zero in Steven today, man.
No, don't try to play me.
We got normal form Steven.
First of all,
Base form.
Base form.
No. Well, my base form is still good. I've been fruited up.
Pause.
It doesn't. No. Oh, you made it gay by saying pause.
I know.
Okay. All right. I'm talking about food, whole food, real food.
All right.
Okay. Whatever. Anyway, I think that it was on the lines of.
You forgot it.
All right. So, what do you think the move is? Obviously they have to
Wait.
He got it.
I knew once I started talking,
go.
it'd come back.
Okay. So, Chris, you were saying that. That they think that he's going to start moving a little different, things of that nature. And I would think that he would. And here's the reason. So I always look at, we look at people's history. So we look at, when creditors, banks, when you loan, they look at your history. When I start a consultation, the first thing I do is I tell people, well, tell me what you've done, what's your health look like, give me your history. Mm-hmm. What our history tells us is what we can expect or what someone's habits are that they're going to do for the future. So if you look at how egregious he was in the beginning, and not in a negative sense, right? But how loud and aggressive, I guess I'll say, that he was before he was like Andrew Tate, the most Googled man in the world. He's consistently toned his message based upon his experiences, right? So after he got, banned and his bank accounts and all this stuff, he pulled it way back, right? Got on Rumble, and he would still say stuff on Rumble or whatever. But he pulled it way back. So I would
say on podcasts, like other people's podcasts.
Yeah, because on his Rumble, they be going in.
He still goes.
Well, I'm talking. Well, okay. Well, on in the everyday world where other people can see him on a large site, like he's pulled it way back. So I would imagine that even more now, like even if he's completely innocent, yada yada yada, like their goal was to, I believe their goal was to break him, which I don't think that is going to happen. But I think that as a world master chess player, he's obviously very smart. He understands strategy. He's going to pull it back more, and I think that he's going to still get his message out. He's still going to continue to do what he does, but he's not an idiot, and I don't think that he's going to just say, well, it was what it was. I'm free. I'm innocent. Boom, boom, boom.
Business as usual.
Business as usual.
Yeah.
Like, no. I think that he's going to continue to do what he does, but he's going to do it more masterfully, and that may mean like these like, you know, Bill Gates and things of the world, they will invest into investment companies that invest into investment companies, and it continues to give him levels or degrees of separation that so by the time that it gets to us, we have no idea Andrew Tate's behind this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And right now, you think about Hustlers University, yada, 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 we know it's Andrew Tate. But if somebody came out and it was Stevens University, right, and it's the same information, well, even if Andrew was on it, they could say, well, he's just a speaker or he's just one of the teachers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and that's just that's just one thing, but he could do that with a lot of different things. And I think that is the difference between like the elite, the rich, you know, billionaires, the 0.001% of the world, and the rest of the wealthy people. They understand this because they've seen it. They've been groomed to be able to do that, and I think that would be one of the lessons that I would learn if I want to continue to do what I'm going to do. How can I separate myself from it but still have the same or similar impact? What do you think about that?
No, I agree. I think I don't think he'll necessarily go away.
Oh, no.
I think his first week is going to be like massive. A lot of eyes are going to be on it.
Yeah.
And it'll get everyone's attention. I'm assuming he's going to go on Piers Morgan.
He's going to do the circuit.
The first week?
Yeah.
I mean,
No, not the first week.
Not the first week.
And that'll probably be after his cases.
Yeah.
yeah. After all that closes, I
Because he couldn't even travel to the UK.
No, he can't leave it. Well, he's not gonna be able to leave his house.
Do y'all think he'll leave Romania
Yes.
after this little?
Yeah, I would.
You know, he's likely to go to Dubai.
Yeah.
I would.
I think a lot of people go to Dubai because
They have their laws probably cover the rich and wealthy because that's what they have a lot of.
Yeah, but they're also they're really fair out there. Like their system makes sense. For example, here we can run up as much debt as humanly possible. There's no consequence for it.
Yeah, just file bankruptcy.
File bankruptcy or just don't pay it. Go on the credit, whatever. Nobody cares. Over there, you actually are responsible for that. In Dubai, you know, I've been seeing these videos of people leaving very expensive watches down. Like, people just do not mess with other people's stuff because the punishment is so harsh when you do step out of line. So their crime rate is like nothing. Their murder rate is like nothing. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it is in a lot of countries out there, though. They're like in China or even.
Well, that's a communist country.
Yeah,
That's why.
I mean, because
it's a different approach.
You steal something, they'll cut your hand off. I mean, I don't know if they still do that, but that was a thing. We've never done that at any point in our
Nothing like
history,
that. Yeah.
right? But then you have things in history that still linger, even if the law changes. Things will still linger.
Or the law doesn't change. 'Cause
Or
you
the
gotta
law doesn't
think,
change.
A lot of those laws are still there. They just don't necessarily
That's true.
use them.
And we have some of those too, but
We have a lot of them.
I think he's going to be very quiet. Just like Mel, I think you said it, and I think it'll be longer than a week. I think for this month, if it was me, because I've been in a similar situation, I would be very quiet.
I would focus on my community. Like, he already has tens of thousands of people within the real world.
Okay.
He has that, and a lot of people have been asking, constantly are trying to, give information about what's going on with him. Every day it's like easily 10,000 people just logging in, just to stay up to date.
I see what you're saying.
That's not enough for him.
Well, it's more because obviously he has different sites and stuff where people were previously blocked, but every time they try to block him or hold him down, he gets bigger.
It gets spread.
He just gets
multiplies.
bigger, man. So
That man's like Candida.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. And this goes back to what Steve was saying, right? When you look at when he got canceled, he said, "Okay, my last message ever," and then he went on a crazy tour and spoke more than he ever did before. I think that his initial desire was to reel it back, to just kind of do whatever. But I think that he loves the limelight, and he's got a taste of something he doesn't want to let go of. So he's going to move different. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking that he's going to start creating infrastructure. If it was me, And I understood how I got there. How did I end up in jail for 90 days? That's the infrastructure. It's the justice system. It's the political arena. If it was me, I would start laying a foundation for disrupting those systems. Because how do you get back at those people? This is the only way you could get back at them.
I mean, sometimes you gotta just cut your losses.
Yeah, sometimes you do, but first of all, Andrew Tate is like a real life superhero in the sense that he's got the muscles, you know what I mean? He's got the technique, he's got the money, the cars, he gets the girls. He's intelligent, he's got a silver tongue. Like he's literally
Tony Stark.
He's literally Tony Stark. So if anybody can create the spark of change, it's someone like him. He also is not bought because there's other people who have those things, but they're NBA players or they're rappers and they're all bought and sold.
Yeah.
He got his wealth completely outside of any of those. So he's not worried about any of that stuff. So I'm just thinking about what I would do in his position. But you could just tell that he's very, very upset.
Yeah.
And the wheels are turning. And whatever he does, it might be covert because that's wise. And I would agree with that. But he's going to at least attack back.
Do y'all think that the people who hate Andrew Tate, a lot of women obviously hate Andrew Tate, and people who are literally left leaning in a sense, they hate Andrew Tate. Do y'all think that their opinion will change once he becomes, found not guilty in a sense?
No.
Yeah.
No. It's not going to change.
Not at all.
If anything, is going to more solidify the result even more. What this does is it gives ammunition to the opposite side, right? Because for the last 3 months, every time you bring his name up, ew, da 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 da, he's in it's and I believe that was the plan the whole time. It wasn't to necessarily pin something on him. It was just to tarnish his name.
Right.
And they've done that.
They've done it.
So anytime that you have anything to do with children, sex trafficking, anything of that nature, rape, right? It tarnishes your name, even if it's not true.
Yeah.
You're always going to be looked at like, well, oh no, well, you're that guy that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how they did my boy Michael, man.
Right. I mean, and
to this very day.
to this very day.
To this day.
Touching kids, like it's so mission accomplished.
Yeah, for
right.
sure,
Mission
yeah.
accomplished. So I
And
believe
also that's a classic playbook move.
Yeah.
Like that's in their playbook.
yeah.
Tarnish that legacy.
He said that. He said that was step 2 or bullet 2, right? They put him in jail. Da da da. The next one, take him out. I don't think that.
Especially if you have a lot of people who have the mindset of Tristan's ex-girlfriend who has that 2-week.
That wasn't even a girlfriend, bro.
Yeah, or just something.
It was just a girl that he talked to. Like,
Do you think he had sex with her?
yes,
Okay, that's why.
that's why.
I mean, you think about it. She has sex. It's Tristan Tate.
Yeah.
Billionaire, whatever. Da da da. Like it builds this thing up, and he's giving her time and attention.
Yeah.
Doesn't take very long.
No,
Like I mean, it is very different when that allures in. You start to wrap your mind up at this thing. Now, obviously, she's also crazy, also, but if someone wants to give their heart to someone, even if that other person doesn't want it, it can happen really fast.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So
Because her emotions were real. It's not.
yeah.
She tried to say, I don't really want to speak on this too much because I'm kind of emotionally involved. You know what I mean? So she put the preface out there, but how deep it went was really weird.
Yeah.
It was really, really weird.
I thought they were deep.
Right.
when
You
they
would
were
you
talking.
would think that they was dating, like seriously dating for like a year.
yeah.
You know what I mean? This 2 weeks.
2
And
weeks?
also, that's not 2 weeks together. They met at the yacht. He was probably in Miami. She probably lives in Miami. They were probably together for whatever time period he was there, and then he went, back to wherever. They don't stay anywhere too long.
Right.
Yeah. Well, welcome back, Top G, Tristan, all y'all. Yeah, me.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
The two other innocent girls that got caught up.
2 innocent girls, Georgiana, and I don't know the other chick name, but hey, Top G's back, man.
He's back.
Man, let's see.
Man,
what
I that like
Yeah, I said.
Like that was good.
I was at the
news,
gym.
man.
I was on the Stairmaster. First time on the Stairmaster, I couldn't even respond. I got so excited.
Started walking stairs real fast.
I did, man. I did. I turned it up. I said, man, I feel good, man. Hey, man, if that was the first time I ever did Stairmaster. You ever done Stairmaster?
I do Stairmaster every week.
Stairmaster's crazy.
Every week.
How long do you normally go on it?
5 minutes. Or 6 minutes.
On what
9.
It's serious, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was on 7, and I said, "Oh, this is too much."
Oh.
I said, "Why did I do this?" I mean, literally, I got off. My chest hurt. Like, you know what I'm saying? I said, "This is the most intense cardio I've ever had in that amount of time."
It's probably the better too.
Exactly. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm getting on this now."
Yeah.
I can see why women do it because my glutes were hurting. I said, "Cause I need to grow these glutes anyway."
Nah, you get used to it.
I mean, it still pulls, works those muscles.
Like
though.
when I first got on it, I didn't know which level I should get on.
So you just pushed the top
I
level.
I didn't go to the top level because I know that would have been. I know I'm extreme, but that would have been
Yeah.
a little bit too extreme. I went to 13.
Oh, I said I went to 7.
Yeah, but I went to 13 like my first time, and I was like, man, this is a lot, But I kept going, and so afterward, I was like, you know what? Next time, I'm gonna go down. So I've been working it down to get to where I feel
where you need to be.
Yeah, so I'm on 9, and I'll go at least 30 levels, and
Well,
then
how high does it go?
you can keep going, but I think it goes up to 20, like as far as the speed.
Yeah.
Speed.
Yeah, but
Man.
but I mean, as long as you progress, like every week, you'll definitely see some benefits. Because last week I did what I did yesterday, and I felt like okay, I can keep going.
Okay.
So as long as you stay consistent with it.
Yeah, that's gonna be my. I always see women on it, and I'm just like, bro, I'm not,
Yeah.
Because Chris said something because I was telling him about my body fat percentage, and then he was like, yeah, man, you ain't got no fat. I mean, there's only fat in certain places. And he's like, you ain't got no ass, you ain't got no fat on your legs. And I said, man, I don't. And it's like I've known. I said I need to build these glutes.
Hey man,
There's
bro.
a lot of muscle there.
Man, nigga, I've been looking in the mirror. I've been like, my ass looking right, God. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Pause.
Nah, nigga, it's my ass.
Oh, so you can pause me.
But it's a dude.
It's
when I'm
my
talking about food,
ass.
You can pause me when I'm talking about food. When I said I'm the one eating fruit or getting fruity or whatever.
Yes, that's pause.
I'm talking about me.
You said get it. I'm getting fruited. All right, pause.
Yeah, but you can talk about your ass.
I'm working on my ass. That's not pause.
You could call them glutes.
Ass glutes.
You said you look at it in the mirror.
derriere.
Thank you.
You said you look at it in
You
the
don't
mirror.
look at yourself in the mirror.
Mel.
Not the way you just.
No.
Look at the way you just did. You said
It ain't no.
It was like you were checking yourself out.
It ain't like Nelly, like checking your reflection the things of your best friend.
like, girl, I think my butt.
It ain't nothing.
Oh.
You know what I mean? But hey, man, it is getting a little. You know what I mean?
Hey man, them glutes, man.
Them glutes, man.
They make a difference, and also they hit the thighs because I got to work all these leg muscles,
yeah,
man. I've been
definitely hit the thighs.
just in general. Because you know what? It makes me mad because now there's so much of a large presence of women in the gym, which I'm not mad at, but all you see is them working legs, lower body. That's it.
Yeah.
So when I work lower body, in my head, and this is a Steven thing,
didn't know where you're
it
going.
makes me feel like I'm doing a feminine workout.
You're working out like
No
a
such
girl.
thing as a feminine.
I know,
workout.
I get it, and I'm not. I get it. I said.
I'm not
I
feeling
mean, being on a Stairmaster definitely is a feminine.
No,
Like,
No, it's not.
That's
no,
not
no,
feminine.
no. I'm just saying.
No, if you're
See,
on,
based
he's
on-
literally
based on-
perpetuating my own
Based
thought.
on what he said, it definitely is.
when you're on those things that work your like the inside of your thighs,
Yeah.
and the outside of your thighs,
Yeah.
you have to spread your legs.
abductors
now
and
that's a little. I'd be like, all right.
No, but they work.
Yeah, they work, but
And you
that,
need
that
that.
that was like the only thing that I was like, all right, I don't think
Because you got them legs. You got it pushes the legs up. You got your
Yeah,
legs
like,
wide
hold on.
open.
Okay, when you think about that machine, who do you envision?
Women.
Okay.
But
I mean,
but
Stairmaster, I don't.
You don't?
Nah,
Steven?
I do.
Okay.
I don't because we used to run
you-
stairs
hip-
in
hip
basketball all the
thrust,
time.
The
But
only
did you get on the
wrestling.
Stairmaster?
No, we used to run stairs.
but
Stairmaster.
squats, I see that as a masculine workout, right? But I don't.
I think IG has switched to flipped it on them.
You think so?
I see women.
I
yeah.
think it's a mixture of both, but
when-
you definitely see women.
I'm just
When I
talking
think it's
about how does it make you feel Do you see that as a masculine or feminine workout?
When you say squats, do you see them with a barbell on their shoulders?
Yes.
Okay, that's why you said masculine. Take the barbell off. Now who is it?
How are you doing squats in?
They do.
Oh, you mean
What,
just
they
like
doing
lunges?
dumbbells?
Or what do you mean?
What do you
Are
mean?
they
You don't
using-
have to have weights to do squats. What
Yeah, you can
You're
just
talking about
just
body
do
squats?
Yes. Who do you see?
Oh, I mean,
I've never seen. Well,
I don't really see many people doing that at all. But I mean, women. But that would
Okay,
typically
that's
be
what I'm
because they can't have the extra weight.
That's what I'm talking
But
about.
now they got machines for that, right? You get a Smith machine. It holds. You know what I mean? Like they got machines for that. But I see squats as a masculine leg,
because you
lower
see,
body lift.
because you see the barbell. That's why you see the weight.
Well, I mean, it's just, and once again, neither of them is. They're working out is for everybody. It's
But, hey,
it's gender neutral.
I ain't doing no feminine workouts.
It's gender
cuz.
neutral. But it's but it is a thing that men work upper body, women work lower body.
Man.
It is
Yeah, for sure.
It's a stereotype.
I mean, but it's real.
Stereotypes come.
It's
from.
real.
Nah.
Mel's just talking about his
Yeah,
experience.
I'm not right. I'm like
I know. I say it's a stereotype, but
it is. But that is what. It's what it is.
Yes.
But is
Male-
that a stereotype then?
yeah,
It is. It is a
it's
stereotype.
a stereotype for the gym.
Well, I'm
Not
saying,
for,
like-
for men and women,
But obviously you need to work both.
because dudes don't be going to the gym like, yo, I'm about to do some squats to get thick. That's what
Right.
the women
They
do.
don't. I mean, we just do it for the muscle.
I mean, I do it plainly, like, yo, I'm about to go get thick today. You know what I mean? I'm in the
Jeez.
gym. Because yesterday was my
Pause.
leg day.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? That's
How
why I
do
had to
things
feel
feeling?
like I don't really feel it. That's why I think I need to go harder.
Oh yeah, come on, you gotta step it up.
But when your diet is right and you don't have that lactic acid buildup, or if you do something that naturally dissipates
My dude
it,
used lactic acid.
Right, look at Chris. No,
I'm just saying, like you don't. I don't think we're necessarily supposed to get that. Back like that.
You should have your a small level of soreness.
small.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Just a little
saying. Like you can
like-
feel that you worked out. You know.
Yeah, you should feel a little
If
fatigue.
you work it consistently, you won't feel it as much. It just
sure.
depends on the gap in the amount of time that you dedicate to that particular muscle.
That's true.
But it's also diet too, because
That's true.
Because when John was fasting and working out and doing all that stuff, he was like, bro, I don't get tired. I don't get sore like that anymore.
Sometimes when I'm like really in the gym, like if I'm in for a month straight, then I will find it to be difficult to get sore after a workout.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm going to work chest and arms
Right.
today, and I'm going to go hard. And I leave, and I'm like, I got to pump. I go hard, and the next morning, I'm like, bro, did I even work out?
Yeah.
Like I still feel good, but I'm just like, but I think that is like how we were, like how we grew up. Like it was just like, yeah, you should be sore.
Yeah.
But it's just like, well, what were they learning?
Exactly.
Because
It's a good soreness though. It's not it's more
no,
like
it's. I mean, my back is. I mean, my back. I've been doing back. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been. You know what I'm saying? My back.
It's a good soreness, but that's only because you've been mentally conditioned to believe that. But when you think about from a standpoint of like what's the most optimal thing, you don't want to be sore.
That's true.
Because if you're in nature every day hunting, chasing cheetahs and stuff, you don't want to be sore the next day from chasing an animal the day before. You want to be able to go out and perform the same way or even better the next day.
That's true. This is a gym. It's a gym myth.
Yeah.
Because a lot of like trainers, well, holistic trainers, right? Or I've heard vegan bodybuilders say that you don't need to be sore after the gym to have a good workout, right? Like, and I think that comes from that soreness and that yada yada. I think that comes from a lot of people that are very animal-based, protein heavy, but a lot of these supplements and stuff, they supplement with these things, BCAAs and all this stuff. So for recovery, and it's just like, bro, like you're cheating yourself because you're not allowing your body to rebuild that extra bit, right? And your diet is causing you to need the recovery or the post workout drinks and shakes for recovery because your diet is trash. I'd be telling people, man, you want to eat fruit after a workout.
And this is why injuries are so high as well.
well, also because people don't stretch.
That's
If
true.
people stretch, they will not get hurt.
I be stretching. I be
Like
stretching.
you need this as much time as you work out, you need to spend stretching. Spend 30, 45 minutes stretching. It is very I've been stretching daily and like
Feels good, right?
Stretching.
not all the time. But
No.
But once you become more flexible,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
It
like-
feels good, but you have to push. You have to push yourself.
Yeah.
I think stretching. Okay, I don't disagree with you. I think you're 100% right. But I look at stretching as like treatment versus like core problem, because you should have elasticity naturally. So, for example, when you have an infant or even a toddler or just a young child, they don't need to stretch. They're naturally elastic.
I see what
because
you're saying.
They're hydrated. You know what I mean? So if people were eating well, they were hydrated.
And they don't have as many bones.
What?
Kids, well, like infants.
Well, they have the same amount of bones. They just aren't fully grown.
And they're
Oh, okay. I thought they didn't have as much bones as adults. I thought they had less.
No, I believe it is
there might be more bone mass.
Yeah.
As you get older, but
because your bone. Well, a lot of times people think that. I was telling this guy yesterday that we store electrolytes in our bones, and he was just like, "What? Bones are hard. How do you store?"
what?
Yeah, but I get that
Okay.
pushback all the time. People don't understand that your bones can grow.
Well, bones are porous, first.
Right.
Of all.
It's just people don't know. But your bones grow, so they're there, right? But children they're soft, they're malleable, and there's a lot of cartilage. So the bones are still growing, but they still have all their bones.
Yeah.
All right, y'all want to switch this?
Go for it. What before we switch it, I got one more thing to say about the Andrew Tate situation, because I got flack because I did a video, I did a reaction to his fasting regimen. Essentially, it's not really a fasting regimen, but I don't get the clicks. And I had several people reach out to me aggressively, talking about how I'm so disappointed in you. I can't believe you would give this man a platform, blah, 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 blah. What y'all got to say now? He's been released with still no charges,
Still no charges.
but yet you've been reading into that narrative that he's doing all this stuff and there's no evidence. So now what you got to say?
Now what you got to say?
That's all.
Shots. Pew pew.
Yeah. What y'all got to say? All right, Tyrese.
All right.
Yeah,
I forgot about that one.
I did too.
Oh wait. Okay. Well, and after Tyrese, we'll talk about Pearlythings.
Okay. I don't think Steve knows about Pearlythings.
You know about Pearlythings?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's pretty new.
okay.
But
We'll start with
let's
Tyrese.
do Tyrese.
So Tyrese was on Sway. I'm sure both of y'all seen that.
Sway in the morning.
Sway in the morning, and he's basically just let everything out about what happened in his previous marriage. There was a lot of, but not only that, he also let us know about his mental health and
I didn't, which I don't think a lot of people knew.
yeah, because like we seen those memes and those videos going around about him saying, "What more do you want from me?" Which was funny.
Right.
Which is funny, but if you don't necessarily know the lore behind it, it's just like, and so the lore goes like, he doesn't drink or smoke. He doesn't do any drugs. Why? Because his parents, his mother and his father, were alcoholics or so. And so he doesn't want to live a life that's basically reflective of their negative behaviors. And so when he was going through he basically was explaining how he did so much for his relationship and his marriage, and he got, he was, losing sleep, he was stressed out, and so doctors prescribed him medicine. And I'm not sure the name of the drug, but they gave him a particular type of drug.
It's like Rexulti or something like that.
Yeah, and so they gave him that drug, and thus he started wilding. Like he said, like it damaged a lot of relationships that he had with people, because he was saying how Will Smith, he
Gave him like $50,000.
no, it was like millions.
Oh,
Like,
$5 million
like-
or something?
It's like 3 or 5 million.
Yeah, Will Smith, give me $5 million. He said, ain't none of this happened.
Crazy.
Just made it up.
And also because, he was in court fighting for his child, and it was just so much that it compounded. It was stress on top of having these drugs, and you're losing your mind. You don't know what's going on, and your woman that you love is leaving you, and she's not giving a reason why.
Bruh.
Now, I think you're mixed. Those are two different stories, because he's been married twice.
I'm only talking about one marriage.
Right, but when he was doing the "What more do you want from me?" that was because his first wife had filed charges against him for like abuse to his child.
Abuse? Oh, I thought it was just taking the child away.
No.
No.
He spanked her.
Oh yeah, he gave
I mean,
me
it's
a
still. I mean, you're still giving a synopsis of the interview.
I just
though.
didn't want.
I didn't want to go super into detail.
I just wanted to make sure that people knew there was 2 marriages because 2 women have done things to him.
Did he? Was the first one married? Was he married to the first one? Or did he just have a child with her?
No, I'm pretty sure they were married. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong.
I
But
don't know.
they were at least had a child and they were living together.
Yeah.
Or they had a
I don't know if they were married.
Yeah, he had a child from his previous marriage, and then
was a marriage.
yeah, or relationship,
Whatever.
And that's the child that he was like. He sent like he got court ordered to be separated from her, but he like flew a plane over her school.
It's crazy.
To let his daughter know that I still care for you and stuff. But all this time he was on drugs, and so he was out of his mind. And now he's in a situation where I guess he's in a good relationship. I'm not sure how y'all feel about that, but
We can talk about it.
yeah. But that particular first one, I was like, man, he's like pouring his heart on this damn interview, man. He's going in. And also I was thinking like, man, he's an actor, so he's actually probably putting a little sauce on it.
He's always putting a little sauce on it.
Yeah. But I thought his story was very powerful of how he was in a relationship with this woman and dedicated himself to this marriage. And there was absolutely nothing that he could do that can convince her to stay or to work on this marriage, you know, because he even gave an example of how I think it was her friend or maybe a psychiatrist was about to leave her marriage, but she wouldn't let her friend who was about to leave her marriage go until they were able to work out their marriage. And then the person comes out this little psychiatry session and then sees all the bags packed in Tyrese's ex-wife home. They see all these bags packed, and she was trying to get an understanding, like what's going on. Oh yeah, me and Tyrese, we're just we're about to grab a few stuff. Basically, she's not keeping it 100 about the issues that's happening in her relationship. So you're trying to fix someone else's relationship, but you're not even trying to put that exact same of time and dedication into your own.
Correct.
And I'm just like, that is insanity, man.
Dude, the whole thing to me was ridiculous. It was very hurtful for me, and being married previously, and the song, what the song is, I don't think you ever loved me.
Yeah.
Right. And
Did you listen to it?
Yeah.
I didn't listen to it.
You didn't?
No,
Why?
I just didn't.
Just
listen
didn't
to
have okay. But that hit me because something that a lot of people do. I mean, why would you know this? But so after I ended up separating from my wife, right, and for good reason. And 5 weeks later, she was in a Facebook official relationship. Facebook official, and it's just like, bro, how is this even possible? Like you never even left the house. You never, how did this even come about? And it made me, I mean, I got emotional just, when he was talking about it. And then I listened to the song and I'm just like, bruh, like I was killing myself for this woman. And for you to just how could you easily just walk away so easily? Even if I'm the one that said, nah, right?
Right.
And even when I said no, I didn't just end my marriage and say, we're done. It was like, yo, this isn't going to work. We have to do, you know what I'm saying? We're married though. We live together. Okay, well, she was in a hotel. Okay, well, maybe let's talk. Well, can we work it out? Right. It was just like, okay. And it just goes back to show when we had that conversation about how women can just turn off love, just turn the switch. And she still loved me. She still does today. Right. Sucks for you. Anyway, but that switch, was just she turned it off, and she said, "Well, I'm gonna go right." And of course, it's coping, which I think probably leads us into another part of this conversation. But the thing that hurt me the most, other than that, just emotionally for me, was that she didn't give him a reason.
Yeah. Right.
That was just like when I said, "Wait a minute." I kept listening. I started listening more intently. You're telling me that you don't know why she left you, especially after he was talking about during COVID, He spent 10 months doing date night on Instagram.
Yeah.
They weren't traveling. He literally said, I'm going to give all of my energy, focus, and attention and put it on you. I mean, he's international, multi-millionaire, superstar, Tyrese Gibson, movie actor. And it's just like, and I get it, right? People, relationships fail or whatever. But for her to leave him and then not even tell him why.
Bruh. That's a different level of like mind games. Like,
and this goes to my point. I think she was there for the bag.
Of course. She didn't love him.
I think she was there for the bag. I think she played long ball. I think that she, first of all, Tyrese is in love with the idea of being in love. So he's really a sap.
I agree.
Yeah. So it doesn't take much. All you got to do is get his attention and and then you're locked in. She saw an opportunity because none of this was an issue until after they had the baby. Once they had the baby and she's a wife, now that's child support,
right,
or alimony or whatever, and she's locked in.
Yeah.
So what reason does she need to give? She doesn't need and this is the problem with the justice system in America, because I know they're going through something legally. Mm-hmm. I know that for 100% fact. There's no way.
Ain't no way she's walking away from that just with nothing.
Right. So, but what does the court say? Well, you can leave due to irreconcilable differences or basically for no reason.
Yeah.
You can leave for no reason and still get half.
Especially in Cali.
Cali's crazy.
I think they're in Atlanta.
He lives in Atlanta now, but I think they were in Cali, or he had a house.
Were they?
He has two
during
residents.
COVID. I think he moved to Atlanta.
Yeah,
hopefully, because I think Cali's the worst.
Yeah, Cali's crazy.
So hopefully they weren't in Cali, or you know how it is, man. We'll see with the justice system. Even if you move, you still have residency in the other place. You got to be there for a certain amount of time.
Didn't he say that he filed? No, maybe that's a different conversation.
I mean, it happened to me when I was going for what's it called? Custody. Mm-hmm. And we weren't in Delaware long enough, and the judge was literally like, "Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, this situation is rough, but I don't have jurisdiction over this, and I can't rule over this. You haven't been here long enough, so I would have needed to have another 6 months or something." And but then of course now going in Pennsylvania, black man trying to get his child. It was a wrap. Yeah, it was a wrap. Then I didn't even have a chance to get in front of the judge. Yeah. It was that fast.
That's crazy.
So
so I think ultimately that's why she was able to do it. And you could see in a story he said, okay, first of all, you married a singer, songwriter, actor. Like you know what you married. This is not it's not like you don't know. And it's not like you don't know what it takes to get at that level. At the level that he's successful in both categories, those are major categories.
Yeah.
So the type of personality you have to be, so when he gets passionate and he's dedicated, it is to be assumed he's locked in.
Yeah.
You would never think that Denzel is a lackadaisic, like when he studies somebody or whatever, he just kind of, okay, read the script, blah, blah, blah. No, he immerses himself in that person's life, visits them if they're alive, visits their family. He's gone doing research for months at a time just to research the character. So you knew what you were marrying into. And he said, she had never seen him in that role. Okay, cool. I'll give you that, but you knew what it was.
I wish that he delved more into that, because I think that is where the key lies.
It's 100. I mean, based on his story, she started laying the groundwork once he started diving into his work. You don't find me attractive anymore?
Right.
That was bull, bro. Like, that was so shady.
Like, bro, I gave you 10 months. I just get 3 weeks to focus and work. I don't love you anymore. Like,
part of the reason that you love me is because of who I am, my notoriety, right? I mean, you can't say, no, it has nothing to do with that. That's bull, right? That's part of the reason. But you have to understand that when he's doing Fast and Furious or whatever, like, he's at the set, they're driving cars. They drive real cars. Like, he had to learn that. Like, I mean, it's the same thing with music. Mel, obviously, I never did music like this, but you are in the booth. Yeah. Like, I mean, there are times when my dad, like, he just was in the studio and I'm just like, bro, can we leave? We've been here all day. Like, so what happened is he's not giving her time. He's not giving her attention, which makes her feel unloved. Or, oh, I guess he doesn't like me. It's like, girl, go do something. Go on a trip.
So immature. Not to mention, y'all have a baby. So you in order for you to get the bag, you broke up your family. Like, it's
the values are mixed up.
That's
man.
It's so disgusting, man. Like
That shit hurt,
and you don't even have a conversation with this man,
bro.
He almost lost $1 million. I don't think he actually got sued, but they were going to sue him because he left
$750,000 because he left that.
because he left set to go and try and save his marriage, and then he gets there and she's already gone.
Bro.
She found out that he was on his way. Like, come on, man.
That is, dude. It is crazy.
That's how you know it's shady.
And then not even having a conversation. He says that he watches her walk up. And this is how you know he never loved her or she never loved him. He said that she walks up and she drops the baby off as if it's daycare. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like how, I mean, literally he was acting at this point.
Yes,
you know, he
was
just like.
I felt that too.
Yeah, but he was. But was it not? I felt it.
It was definitely true.
He was acting, but he also made me feel
very
it.
vivid.
Yeah. And it was just like, I just want you to just look and be like, you know?
Yeah.
But and as an actor, like, and a hopeless romantic, right? In love with love.
Yes.
He wants to see that. But that's how he experiences love, or that's how he's trying to experience her pain in that way. He's trying to understand, and she's showing nothing.
Nothing. Cold.
5
years in a house. Bro, I'll go to neighborhoods.
Right.
I'll go to neighborhoods and get nostalgic.
Right. Like dang.
This ain't a person. It's a neighborhood. Like, I'm looking around in my old house and stuff. You know what I mean? You start reminiscing.
I drive by my ex street. I'm like, fuck this street.
I mean, you get something.
You got something.
Like he didn't say he wanted her to break down crying or he wanted to see some emotion.
Some emotional reaction. Something
which led him to come to the point of, did you even ever love me? Like, no, she didn't. She liked you. She liked the idea of you. She was attracted to you, but was she in love with you?
No. Soft target. And it's crazy because in all of this, and this is obviously just his side of the story, but I don't know. Clearly, she has not put anything out because he wouldn't be able to say this if she had put something out.
Everyone would be able to refute it.
Right. So it would be like, no, she said she talked to you and da-da-da-da-da. So it's like, at what point in this story was she ever even a wife?
Bro, she wasn't. They have a chef, right? So if they have a chef, then they have maids. He has She has a nanny.
Oh, so she didn't have nothing to do.
Bro,
she wasn't even a wife.
She's bored.
She's bored.
So of course she needs his.
But I thought she had her own job or whatever. I thought she had a job.
She probably did have a job.
I thought she had a profession, like
she's
a
somebody. She's something.
Yeah, maybe like a lawyer or something.
She probably did.
Yeah, I thought she had
but
that. So that would at least keep her busy.
That doesn't. Not really. No.
Yeah, but here's the thing: just having a career is not a home. It's different.
Yeah, like but as far as like occupying your time, if your husband's working on something,
something I get satisfaction out of.
What?
Why'd you?
I whispered something.
I get satisfaction out of cleaning, and then having someone appreciate it. Right? No shots. I'm just being serious. Right? Like, it is a feminine energy that comes out in that moment. Right? It's doing something. It's also my love language. My second love language is acts of service. So I enjoy doing stuff, right? And it's also feminine energy, and then even being shown appreciation, even if it's just thank you, right? Even if it is just right. So obviously, I don't know her love language. I don't know her. I don't know anything about her. But there is a level of satisfaction that a woman, which is a feminine energy person, will get from doing something like cleaning or doing laundry or whatever, like folding clothes, right? Yeah. There's a very feminine thing, and they get appreciation from it, or they get a good feeling from it. And if you're not, there's a level of satisfaction, and if you're not doing those things, then you're going to feel unsatisfied.
Well, you're not needed.
Right. He had a nanny. He had a cook. I mean, like, the nanny's taking care of the child. He's cook. I mean, I'm sure they have a maid. They got a nanny. They got a cook. They got a maid. So she's not
so
cooking, cleaning, or taking care of the child. What does she do?
So outside of him doing the whole Will Smith thing,
yeah.
what is she doing? And so and that's the conversation that needed to be had, right? But the crazy thing is, like, why are you letting the nanny raise your child? Like, especially if you're there. I just find that so weird that we'll easily let somebody else raise our child, whether it's
Well, they're busy.
Well, she wasn't too busy. She wasn't busy enough to keep herself busy so she didn't leave.
They're busy. Oh, I'm with Tyrese, man.
You're gonna have less time now that you done separated from your husband.
Those are some of the best times, man. You know what I'm saying? With the child when they're younger, those are some of the best times.
At what age?
Well, they're at
0 to 7.
Every 0 to 7. Every age, newborn or infant, right? And then you have the toddler, and then I don't know what the 5 to 7. I don't know what that would be. It's not toddler.
It's an adolescent.
Okay, adolescent. They all have their own, benefits. Like there's in different stages, and they grow so rapidly, right? So there's different things that you can experience. And so, as me personally, I don't necessarily enjoy newborn stages. I didn't enjoy the toddler
not for
stage.
men.
Right.
It's not for
With the
men.
pooping and changing diapers?
I did it, but it's like I didn't like women were like, oh my God,
I'm
baby.
good on that, man.
I don't enjoy that. Like, cool, they look like aliens. You know what I'm saying?
It's just not for
Like aliens?
They do. Babies look like aliens.
Like, you want is this mine?
Yeah, like, it's like, bro, you don't even look like me. I said, hey, man. But
Like,
Came out real light skinned.
Yeah, real light
Came out looking
skin.
like Hector. Like,
You know what I'm saying? No.
Oh,
You know, I'm like, hold on a second now. But now, right, 7 and 9, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm now ramping up. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm getting more involved, and I'm talking to, I'm having conversations.
It's fun.
This
man.
is now we're starting to move into dad
Right,
time,
right, mhm.
right? I feel like dad time really kicks in at about 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade. So 10, 11, 12 in that range. Then it's like, okay. Now I like these stages.
So the mother creates the foundation because the mother's the first teacher. We all recognize that.
I agree.
So she creates a foundation. She nurtures the person, boy or girl, boy.
Don't say person.
The
person. The person.
the birthing person.
The boy, the birth person.
Nah.
And then once they have that baseline of love and nurturing and knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
now the father starts to focus that energy to, whatever.
Yeah, I like that.
What about the, did y'all see the other video with his, I guess, current girl?
Okay, yeah, let's touch on that.
What
real
did you
quick.
feel about that? Because
Oh, was that the one where he was sitting down and she was standing behind? I didn't know about this situation prior to seeing that video.
Okay.
Right? So I saw that video that you're just talking about, and then I learned about the prior situation.
here.
Same thing. You could still
Same.
talk.
Yeah. But
What do you mean same?
I didn't, no, I saw it the same way you did.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I didn't understand the issue.
Oh, really? You didn't either, Steve?
I didn't. No. When I watched it, I just glazed through it. I was like, I don't understand I don't.
Okay, so
they said that. Okay, go.
Okay. The issue that I had with it was, this is your dude, right? Like, y'all are serious. Y'all are seriously dating. And you tell the world that, yeah, you weren't even my first choice. It was your partner.
Okay.
That's enough. That's a red flag. That's enough. That's enough right there.
Even if it's true.
true.
The fact that it came off your lips. You know what I'm saying? In public.
In public, unprompted.
Right? Now, if we're at home having a conversation, and for some reason it's real talk, right? We're
Right.
deep, and it's like, yada yada yada. I mean, it's like, bro, you can be honest with me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, man. What kind of ego do I gotta have to think that I'm going to be every woman's that I've ever been with
Number
their
one
first choice?
Yeah.
Right? What kind of ego do I have to have? What kind of narcissistic personality would I need to have? Right? So it's assumed that when we grow up, that one woman is not looking for Steven. You know what I'm saying? So it's assumed.
Mm-hmm.
But why? What would make you come out of your mouth, right?
Say Paul Walker. I really like Paul Walker, Man, he was cute. Nah.
And not just that, Chris. I don't know if this is where you were going with this, and because I don't want to steal your thunder, but number one, is him and his wife divorced? Are they actually divorced? Or are they going through a divorce? Or did he not say?
We don't have enough information.
Okay. All right. That's fine. That doesn't really matter. But regardless, it's recent, right? So this wasn't
Within a year, maybe.
Okay, that's recent. You're married.
Years.
Huh?
He said 2 years. He's been with Zelly for 2 years or something like that.
He's been with the new girl for 2 years?
Yeah, either that
No.
or they've been him and his ex been away from each other for 2 years.
Okay. Yeah. Either regardless, KS said that you 30 you need to detox a relationship 30%, right? So if they were together for 5 years, it's 30% of 5 years. 1 year, year and some change.
Yeah, it's like 2 years.
All this math y'all be trying
Well,
to
no.
do.
You're supposed to be the math one. That's married, but that's married. That was married, so they were together even longer than that. So let's just say 2 years minimum. But then you talk about a marriage, and children are involved. I would add more to that, right? So let's just say 2 years, which he should spend alone.
Sure.
And I don't believe that he did that at all.
No.
It's not like he had a rebound.
The way that
100%. He said it.
The way that he said it was, because he said she's not supposed to be here. She just, like it just happened.
He said some people don't need to go through that stuff alone.
Which
I felt that.
Right.
I felt that. But the reason he said it is because of his poor mental constitution.
He's justifying he's justifying that. And he uses, because he understands a level of the mental health and psychology and therapists, because he's been through it. You can tell that he's been through it because of the way that he talks, the words that he uses. I mean, it was clear to me. But so he uses that to justify his own actions. But I disagree. I wholeheartedly disagree. I don't think that you need to, when he says, well, some people don't need to go through things alone, I disagree. I think that you need to go through things. Now, when you say alone, that if she wants to be there for you and be there to support you, that's okay. But that doesn't mean you need to be in a relationship with her. Like in AA, they teach you after, anytime that you start AA, you start going through the program, you start working the steps or whatever. The one thing that you do not need to do is make any large life-changing decisions, right? Which typically is going to be, if you have a job or a career, do not change your career. Don't quit your job, and don't get into a relationship, right? Because this is how you build codependency, and this is how you build those issues, because now you're not building a relationship based upon love. You're building a relationship based upon a trauma bond. So now she loves you because maybe you were soft and she had the same trauma, or she went through the same thing, and now you are also going through the same thing, and now all of a sudden, we just love each other, right? And then, of course, because of that, and he loves love, and now what happens? Well, I'm going to marry you, because he didn't want to be married. He never got closure. He didn't close inside of himself. So now he's looking externally for. Right, he's looking externally for that. And obviously, I'm not here diagnosing anybody. And he was like, Instagram therapist or whatever. He got mad at Instagram therapist. And he was like, I'm an Instagram therapist too. Right. But it's like, bro, we all see that this is wrong. Mm-hmm. It's a clear, no one is going to say, yeah, man, this is a good thing for you to do. Like, this is, it's
there'll
good.
Be some people.
It's good for you to, he didn't leave the relationship. If he left the relationship, I give him a little slack, right? He got left.
He got ghosted by his wife.
Blindsided, blindsided, and you think that you're going to be able to just pick up the pieces and within a short amount of time? Like, no, bro, you are filling her shoes with another woman who clearly does not love you.
No,
I mean, so this is why the Instagram therapists are going hard on him. Like, bro, Tyrese, this is bad.
He needs to drop that girl like a bad habit.
They won't last. They don't seem like a couple.
What if she gets pregnant?
The crazy thing is, it wasn't just the fact that, I like Paul. It was your old. She said there was like a couple.
She ran a list.
She ran a list. Y'all don't remember?
I thought they were just being playful. I thought they were being playful.
Even if there's a lot of truth in just.
I will grant you that argument. Let's say they were being playful. It's a bad look for Tyrese, 100%, no matter how you spin it. If they're playing, you don't play like that.
Yeah.
Like that's a bad look.
I mean, he was being throughout the entire broadcast. They were being silly.
Would you
Throughout the entire broadcast, he had his glasses on, talking in a silly voice. It's just being silly. I thought it was being playful. I mean, when it comes to the woman expressing that she has this, I guess, admiration for another person, I can understand that in a sense, because when I was with my ex-girlfriend, I told her, I was just like, I was looking for a black chick.
I mean, that's...
You know what I mean? I mean, granted, it wasn't exposed to the world, but I told
But
her.
you're talking about a race, not another woman. I mean, if you say that, listen, I was looking for a black chick and you just happen to come along and I'm happy with you, that's one thing.
As far as like pinpointing a person.
Let's make it make sense for you. The last relationship you had in Cincinnati. The before you left. Okay, that girl. Imagine if let's just say y'all were still together, or at least y'all still were like interacting. And she's like on Instagram. Y'all are on Instagram, y'all doing a little podcast or something. And she's like, yeah, I never told you this, but I always liked Chris better than you. Like you were like a second choice.
Oh, we squaring up.
Exactly.
There you go.
Like,
So stop.
That's how you should feel.
That's my man.
That's
What the
how-
fuck you mean?
Right.
Yeah, stop playing. Like that's what
They
that's
were.
what she
They
did.
were. What she said, she like Paul Walker or whatever. Yada yada. I mean, that was his man's. They were on set together.
Yeah,
they
that
worked
was
together. They, you know what I'm saying?
That's his boy. Yeah.
Just because he's passed on or whatever, don't mean nothing.
Got you.
Almost
don't-
worse.
You don't do. Yes.
Almost worse.
Like you don't do that.
Yeah.
So you don't play like that. That's all I'm saying. I think it was a playful broadcast. I agree with that. I'll grant you that argument. But
The fact that he doesn't see it.
you don't play with that. I mean, I'm sure he felt it, and I know the comments did. Like, she shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
All right, Tyrese, do your thizzle, man.
Do you think, man?
All right, Pearlythings. She was on. She did a She did a broadcast with Nick Fuentes, and Nick Fuentes is considered to be a white supremacist, and he was also at one point in time on Alex Jones with Ye.
Okay.
And so Nick Fuentes, he said a lot. I mean, I was trying to find the actual video, but she removed the video.
I think Obsidian has it. I think he did a reaction to the.
I mean, I ended up watching it on this other guy's channel who's like a friend of Pearl's or
Right.
so. And after watching that, I'm just like, okay, this is the exact same situation that people get confused or mixed up with what they do with Kanye, or same thing they do with Andrew Tate. He has a perspective that people don't agree with. In that entire conversation, I'm just like, this is what people are saying Pearl is racist for? Or even Nick Fuentes himself is racist for? I'm just like, this is insane. No, there's no way. Yes, he has ideologies that he wants to do for just, I guess his people, but that's in general what racists, or I guess particular cultures do in general. So his whole thing was, because he's a young man, I think he was 18 because he was involved in the what's that, the January 6th riot at the
Capitol?
Yeah. But he wasn't, like, he didn't go until like the next day of when it happened. And so they're painting him as a white nationalist. That's why they have him banned everywhere. He's like on a no-fly. I'm just like, bro, they are basically painting an image of Nick Fuentes that's not true. Yes, he's a white dude, and he has like 25% like Mexican in him. Fuentes, that's a Spanish name, but Spaniards. Yeah, you and your Spaniards. What he's saying is, yes, he's an extremist, but he has no issues with other cultures, and he's thinking about America. He's saying, and by the 21st century, well, we're in the 21st century. Well, 2100, this will all, like, the white population is going to go down. Mm-hmm. and he's basically saying from the I guess the birth of America, when it became in its prominence, it's going to become a completely different country if it changes from 90%, I guess, white, and then everything else, and then it makes 20% white in a few 70 years or so. That becomes a completely different country. It's literally the exact same thing that happens in, let's say, Poland, which is a white country or so. Mm-hmm. If you have Africans start to inhabit that land, it will become a different country on its foundation, because that's not where it started. That's just what that's the only thing he's saying. There's nothing racist about that.
Oh, that was it?
That's it.
Oh, I thought you were setting the foundation for something.
No, I'm painting so you can understand why people are saying that he is a racist.
I mean, there's nothing wrong. I mean, that's just like saying Malcolm X is racist or MLK was racist because they want the best for their people. It doesn't even make sense. And honestly, I don't know what Pearl likes, but Pearl comes off like she likes niggas anyway.
She likes black dudes, and that's the other thing.
Does she like black dudes?
I don't know that for certain because I don't know her dating.
It's just her energy.
Yeah,
she comes off like I would.
She's from the culture.
Yeah, I would come.
Not from the culture, but she's around it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so she had him on the podcast, and I listened to the conversation, and it was actually a really good conversation. A really good.
They've been trying to cancel Pearl.
They've been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since Andrew Tate was on there, and just in general.
I think they were coming at her or probably looking for something.
Yeah.
And so Nick Fuentes being on there was more just gas to add to the fire. So
I think that people don't like the fact that she is profiting off of black culture.
Yeah.
I think that's what it all is, culture vulture. That's all it is. She shouldn't be in her position. It's like Vlad TV.
I mean, but she's in that position because men are supporting her.
Right. So the primary base has no problem with it, but Pearl is huge now.
Yeah. She's big.
Yeah, that's where she's gotten too big for her britches. Now her content is leaking into the other ecospheres, and that's where you start getting this. Why is this white woman in this place on our platform? That's basically what people are saying.
So then they just call her racist.
Yeah, well, also she said some pretty suspect things.
I don't think she did.
She said some cringy things.
Now, were they cringy based upon just listening to it, or but we understand Pearl. She seems pretty honest.
She's pretty straightforward.
She's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I think that I only saw clips. I didn't see the full.
Saw the entire.
I haven't seen anything.
I only saw.
So you got context.
He has context. Okay. But even I mean, she said it. But I haven't had an opportunity to really evaluate it. But she basically said she was talking about her blacks, or no, she said her Africans.
Yeah.
She was talking about, I guess, trying to the backstory was she's having trouble getting her African crew passports. That's like the backstory. I don't know if she mentioned that in the actual interview. Okay. So she just said my Africans.
The reason why she said my Africans.
Suspect, Chris?
She said my Africans because they were talking about difference of how the cultures are. And this is the reason why they were talking about also time. We can be honest.
Yeah. What do you call them?
No, they're Africans. That's what they are. I mean, that's what they are. But they were talking about time in this particular instance. She was saying he was saying he's Italian, and he's always late. He was, he's always late. I'm Italian. I'm always late, everywhere, whatever. And he was just saying I thought I was going to be 10 minutes late here, and then it was basically a tongue-in-cheek joke where because her dude is her producer, whatever.
Blessing.
Yeah, Blessing is a black dude, but he's always late. Mm-hmm. And that was a joke that you can tell that they were all laughing about in the studio. And let's be honest, we make jokes about.
Bro, black people are always late.
Exactly.
We're on color people's time.
And that's it was the exact same context of that.
They're just trying
to find. I'm just like, bro, when you're in your circle and you're comfortable talking with people, you say things in general. It's not like think about what Pearl is doing. She has Auntie Jenny, has her own channel, 40,000 plus subscribers,
Really?
Yeah.
Auntie, she blown up.
She doing her thing. She
'Cause of Pearl.
She put her on.
Yep.
Then she has King Riches, which I didn't.
He had his own podcast.
He
first.
had his
but-
own channel first, but he got more exposure
Yeah.
once
Yes,
he linked
yes,
up with
for
Pearl.
sure.
And I wasn't really rocking with him at first until I started listening to him.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was like, I feel like he's a little aggressive to a lot of people, but he does it in a way that's kind of acceptable. So
Yeah.
actually, I like a lot of King Rich's content now that, that I got a good understanding of who he is. But she's putting on mostly black people,
Yeah.
giving them platforms to expose themselves and get more, light onto what they're doing.
Black women also. She has a lot of black men and women.
Her staff, people that she employs, predominantly black people, and you're gonna call this person racist? What about some of the black audiences that hire people? How many of people that work with them and their staff are black?
That's why I like Fresh and Fit, man. I mean, let me be careful when I say that.
Right,
I mean, to a certain degree, but their whole staff is black, or melanated,
People of color,
Right.
Because
melanated.
they don't even like black women. So
Another shady thing.
Personal dating preference.
yeah, but it's just the way that they go.
Yeah, the way
Well, there was. I mean, when that video, that was
what
bad.
they say, Monique or Shaniqua or something like that.
I don't, man.
They
I
did
don't
go
know.
in.
Yeah, I'm not. He was like,
They
I'm
did
not a
go
night
in.
What are
rider.
Night Riders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that was.
They
fucked
did
up.
go in. So I mean, I understand the pushback from Fresh and Fit, but
Yeah.
from the Pearlythings situation, there was a guy that's on her team, like Sarah or whatever his name is, who's actually worked. He's been in a lot of her videos where he made a diss video about her.
So he
like
could try to blow up.
the thing is, it's like,
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
I'm just like,
I mean, it makes sense though.
no, it does not. That's fucked up.
I mean, does she know about it?
She
Yes.
does now. It's on
I mean-
the internet.
Oh, I'm sorry, but he doesn't work for her anymore.
No, after
not
this
anymore.
whole little spiel of her being racist or whatever, he made like a video talking about the truth about Pearl.
Okay, I understand.
I'm just like, dude, that's the most shadiest, the most disloyal.
I thought it was a joke.
Me, I
Super
get
shady.
pissed when motherfuckers are disloyal.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
because what he should have done is went to Pearl and had a one-on-one conversation because she likes to learn. Like you can tell that's her. She likes to learn. And also she knows she's skating on thin ice, being where she is having the platform she has and the topics she talks about. She knows that.
She's always on ice.
So always. So all you had to do was have a conversation with her. Did he mention having a conversation with her?
No. But he mentioned was like exposing other details of trying to get rid of. I'm just
That's
like
shady.
I'm just like, bro, this is completely disrespectful.
That's disgusting.
And MTR, he did it because he was on her platform a lot. And I like MTR. Are you familiar with MTR?
Yeah.
Okay. And actually, I just got familiar with Melanie King too.
I'm about to say, I think I told you about MTR and you didn't know at the time.
Yeah, I probably didn't know. But he was on her platform and he also made a video like dissing, not necessarily personal.
really diss.
It's not like a personal diss, but saying they had projects or content that they were working on already created, but he said, I'm no longer going to put this out
Because
of that. I'm just like, you shouldn't do that, man.
You got to understand MTR though, because why should he risk his audience to support Pearl? That's a new relationship. And if he feels like she was in the wrong for whatever reason, which he does, disassociate. That's okay. He didn't diss her.
as long as he doesn't actively go out against her.
He's not going out against her the way this dude that worked for her is.
There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with saying
I'm not-
or giving the reason why you're not going to release content or talk about
I
it.
still think he should have released the content because
think-
it was not racist. There's nothing wrong with it at all.
But
There's literally nothing wrong with anything that she said. in
But
that entire
you
video.
understand, and we all understand, based on Kevin Samuels, Andrew Tate, we understand what happens when you get associated with certain people. So he's trying to maintain his brand.
Yeah,
He's-
mitigate and not try to,
He's doing damage control.
Not alienate his audience because a lot of his audience disagree
bro.
with.
Okay, when you have a brand and your people are saying, okay, when you have a brand and you're making money from that brand and your people are saying do XYZ, you do XYZ. You don't own that brand. They own the brand. If you stop doing what they want, they leave, you lose your money. So you have to make a choice. And I think that was something I was struggling with because I want to teach people what they need, not what they want. but they don't want what they need. They want what they want. So either I give them what they want or my brand doesn't grow. You know what I'm saying? So it's a delicate balance. I think that just based on his experience with her, as well as Fresh and Fit, and maybe some other content creators and just other things he's seen, he's doing damage control, and I understand.
Yeah. I mean, I can respect that, but I just put myself in that position.
Do you feel different about him, though?
MTR? I never really had. His appeal was never anything that I necessarily gravitated towards.
Okay.
So I don't necessarily look at him in a particular way. I mean, he comes off very intelligent, and
He reminds me of you.
Of me? I don't know.
He's real goofy.
I mean, he's goofy.
Y'all
but
both be working out. Y'all about the same height.
Oh well, maybe that's why. I don't know, but he's cool. I haven't really.
This is his goofy.
A few of his videos I've watched and I've enjoyed. I don't necessarily mind his situation as much. I just felt that he didn't necessarily need to make a video. I'm sure they talked. He said they talked about it.
Had to make.
I mean,
a
I
video.
understand that, but I wouldn't have done that. I probably would have made a video, but I wouldn't necessarily get rid of the content that I already created, especially if I know what someone said is not wrong at all, and people are just listening to clips and sound bites out of context. And it's like, oh, you're going to paint this girl who's been consistent throughout her career since the beginning of employing black people and putting black people on. Like, to me, I think that's wrong. They should not be doing that. And because she associated with Nick Fuentes in that interview, they call him racist, which even he says, okay, yeah, I'm racist. But it's more along the lines of everyone is already saying that I'm racist. So what am I going to say that's going to convince you differently?
Right.
So it's more like you say I'm racist, okay, I'm racist. That's the way
That's that Eminem. That's that Eminem.
Yeah, that's the way he approaches that situation. So I'm just like, man, you know what, Nick Fuentes, like whatever they're saying about him is completely wrong, and what they're saying about Pearl is completely wrong as far as like being racist, man. Like I want them to continue to keep putting their stuff out, man.
This man said she has a colonizer mindset or something, like business practices or something. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, this is so cringe. Like, what are you talking about? It makes you look bad. And then Auntie, what's her name? Auntie Jenny?
Yeah.
Came back hard. She was pissed.
Yeah.
She was pissed.
She went, don't you mention my name? Don't you say my name? I was just like, okay.
Keep my name out your mouth.
Yeah, she was going in, but I thought the Pearly situation was
It'll blow over.
It was blown way out of proportion, and
It'll blow over.
She hasn't posted any live since then. You know, because I guess the comment section, you're going to get a lot of trolls.
See, now this is what I was worried about. I thought she was still posting lives because I could have sworn I seen some. But this is what I was worried about. If Pearl bucks, she's going to crumble. She can't buck. She has to keep making content. In the world of content creators, there is no bad publicity. She could take this and move her platform to the next level. If she don't have the right people in her ear, if she hasn't been making lives, that's a bad move.
Yeah, I haven't seen any. I mean, Jenny and Richards, they've been making lives, but she's still posting like videos.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen any lives of her lately. So, but yeah, I'm still rocking out with Pearl. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Of course.
I never really rocked with Pearl to begin with, but I'm not about to put her on a stake.
Yeah.
If anybody in our group was gonna put her on a stake, it'd be me, and I wouldn't. I'm not.
Yeah.
There's nothing here.
Yeah. So keep grinding and doing your thizzle. Make sure you all subscribe.
We always rooting for the underdogs, huh?
Of course. You know what I mean? I'm naturally a rebel. Naturally. You know what I mean? Everybody want to wear a certain color. All right, I'm going to wear a different one. You feel me? But yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like this video. We are the Application Knowledge Podcast. Chris, James, Stephen, Michael. I am Animated Mel. We will see you beautiful people next time. Holla!